In our house lately, we have been working on helping our 5-month-old daughter sleep better. One part of this process is something called the dramatic wake up. This is a practice that happens at an appointed hour, whether or not we parents feel like waking up. The other day, dramatic wake up time was 6 a.m. Though I was desperate for sleep, I walked into the baby's room and exclaimed, "Good morning, we're so proud of you, you slept in your crib." I turned on the light and threw open the shade to reveal a pitch black sky. There was nothing we saw outside the window to distinguish this moment as daytime, but we called it morning, and so our day began. Our choice to treat this early hour as a time to be awake created our reality that day. The question of when a day begins and ends is maybe a matter of perspective. A dark sky could mean keep sleeping, or it could mean rise and shine. As parents, we have the power and privilege to shape our children's realities. And though we may not always realize it, we have the ability to shape our own realities too. We find a beautiful example of this in our Torah portion, Vayechi, the final portion from the book of Genesis. The scene is poignant and emotional. Jacob is lying on his deathbed, offering blessings to his children and grandchildren. Now, we might expect Jacob to bless his oldest son first and end with his youngest, in keeping with the practice of the day. Instead, he skips right over his children and offers his first blessings to his grandsons, Ephraim and Manasseh. He bucks the trend even further then by blessing the younger Ephraim first. He goes on to say to them both, "By you shall the people of Israel give their blessing, saying, 'May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh.'" Commentators have wondered why Jacob didn't follow the custom and bless his oldest son first. Some say he was too old and confused to know the difference, but others have found meaning and significance in his choice. The 19th century Polish rabbi Zvi Elimelech of Dinov offers a teaching on this. He explains that when Jacob blessed Ephraim, his younger grandson, first, this could have ignited competition and fighting between the brothers. Instead, Ephraim held no feelings of superiority over Manasseh, and Manasseh was not jealous of Ephraim. When their grandfather Jacob noticed this, he said to himself, "If only all the children of Israel could be like this, free of arrogance and envy." Ephraim and Manasseh chose to shape their own realities as they received their grandfather's blessings. It would have been easy for them to feel covetous and competitive towards one another in such a high-stakes moment. Their grandfather is dying, and these are probably the last words they will hear from him. We could understand if they were jockeying for the better blessing. The fact that they don't tear each other down or even argue over this may inspire us. Perhaps Ephraim and Manasseh recognize that there is enough blessing and love to go around. Just because one person receives a blessing first doesn't mean that there is less blessing for the second. In fact, according to this interpretation, the very fact that both grandsons feel they have enough is what allows them to receive even more blessing, because Jacob goes on to say that all Israel should be blessed through them. We could call their attitude a mindset of abundance. I say mindset because that feeling of abundance, of having enough, is not dependent on external circumstances. Adopting a mindset of abundance is saying, there is blessing around me and there is enough, instead of, if I receive the first blessing or the best blessing, I will have abundance in my life. There's a beautiful line from our traditional morning liturgy that captures this idea perfectly. It says, "Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa li kol tzorki." Blessed is God who has provided for all my needs. Feeling that we have everything we need is one way of creating our own realities. Whether we think our lives are overflowing with blessing or desperate with scarcity, we're right. I know that having faith all our needs will be met isn't always easy or even possible, but it is something to which we can aspire. We learn from our Torah that we have more power over how we feel about our lives than we realize. We have the power to start a fresh day even when the sky is still dark. And we have the power to feel happy for the blessings others receive without feeling jealous of them. We can know that there is enough for all of us, enough blessing, enough space, enough attention, enough love. Blessed is God who has provided for all our needs. So may it be.